last year. The lack of energy is something that you talked about at certain points of the season, and y'all eventually climbed out of that. You're obviously not playing, but what, as coach, is something that you can do to instill the energy in your guys?
Bed check, see what time to go to sleep. I'm just joking. No, I think we've talked about it. You can ask them. We've talked about this slow start in the.
Jason Kidd just did something no one expected. He openly called out LeBron James, and this time it wasn't subtle. After LeBron's latest excuse blew up on social media, Kidd spoke up. He questioned LeBron's leadership, his accountability, and whether the excuses are finally catching up to him. This isn't random criticism. This is a Hall of Famer who's seen everything, and he's not buying it anymore. So what did LeBron say that sparked this? And why did Kidd feel he had to respond? Let's break it down.
I just asked you a question.
And I'm giving you a answer. Like, you guys, there's all right to write positive stuff. People will read your positive. You don't always have to be negative, right? Like, it's just the world's already negative enough, right? So let's see some positive stuff on some positive people that are playing, doing their job on a nightly basis.
Making it a lot easier to do that this year.
Well, we're only into this year.
It started with a loss. Another game where expectations weren't met, and all eyes turned to LeBron James for answers. And right on cue, LeBron had an explanation. This time, he blamed the schedule, the back-to-backs, the lack of rest, how the league sets up games. Everything except what happened on the court. Now, to be fair, he's not wrong. The NBA schedule is tough. 82 games, non-stop travel, very little recovery. It's a grind. But here's the problem. Every team deals with it. Everyone plays under the same conditions. When LeBron stood at the podium and pointed to the schedule as the reason for the loss, people noticed. And this time, they noticed fast. Social media blew up. Twitter filled with reactions within minutes. Some fans defended him, saying he was just being honest. Others were tired of hearing it. Comments range from "here we go again" to "at what point do we stop making excuses for the so-called GOAT?" The viral moment wasn't just about what LeBron said. It was about the pattern. This wasn't new. Over the past few seasons, fans have started keeping score. The age excuse, the supporting cast excuse, the injury excuse, the coaching excuse. And now, the schedule excuse. But this time was different. This time, someone with real credibility spoke up. Not a fan, not a media personality, a Hall of Famer. And that someone was Jason Kidd.
Really? What else has happened this year?
Just a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries. But I just felt, we were going to stay around 11. If not, go backwards, just the way the things were going for us this year. But incredible to get number one. Everyone's excited. The organization, the city, the Mavs fans, and also the head coach. So we're really excited about being number one.
Planning on keeping the pick and take.
Jason Kidd isn't known for stirring the pot. He's not a hot take guy. He's not chasing headlines or trying to stay relevant. He's a 10-time NBA All-Star, a champion, and one of the greatest point guards ever. When Kidd speaks, people listen to in early January 2025, he was speaking at what was supposed to be a routine press conference. He was asked a simple question about leadership in today's NBA. The question sounded harmless. His answer wasn't, he didn't say LeBron's name at first, but everyone in the room knew exactly who he meant. Kidd said, "Great players don't make excuses. They make adjustments. When you're at the top, when you're the guy everyone looks to, you set the tone. And that tone can't be about what went wrong outside the game. It has to be about what you're going to do differently. The best leaders I played with, the best leaders I coached, they owned every moment, win or lose." The room went quiet. Reporters looked at each other. Then someone asked the obvious follow-up. "Are you referring to anyone specifically?" Kidd smiled, but he didn't back down. "I think fans are smart," he said. "They see patterns. They hear the same explanations over and over. At some point, you have to ask yourself, is this accountability or is this deflection?" That was it. Jason Kidd didn't say LeBron's name, but he didn't have to. The message was clear. And within hours, the internet exploded. Every major sports outlet was running the story. Jason Kidd just took a shot at LeBron James. A Hall of Famer questioning LeBron's leadership. Kidd versus LeBron, the debate nobody saw coming. And it matters because Kidd isn't some random analyst with an agenda. He's been in LeBron's position. He's led teams. He's taken criticism. He's dealt with losing seasons under championship pressure. He knows what it takes to be great. So when someone like Jason Kidd says LeBron's approach is a problem, it's not noise. It's real criticism from someone who's earned the right to say it.
Hand by hand, like, all right, come on, we're going to the gym, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're going to go as a team, we go eat, we're going here to do this. Like he's so very. I mean, obviously, it's easier for the better players to do it, but from my existence, Jordan didn't do it, Kobe didn't do it. A lot of players that quote unquote have that quote unquote killer mentality aren't that type of person to do it. And he doesn't. I want to say.
Here's where things get uncomfortable for LeBron fans. When you look back at the last few years, a pattern starts to form. And it's not a good one. Let's rewind. In 2023, after a tough playoff exit, LeBron talked about how his supporting cast wasn't championship level. That may have been true, but the way it came across felt like he was separating himself from the lost. In 2024, the focus shifted to coaching. Comments about play calls, lineups, and not having enough shooting. Again, fair points, but once again, the blame stayed external. Now in 2025, it's the schedule. The back-to-backs, the travel, the wear and tear. All real issues. But when do we hear LeBron simply say, I didn't play well enough. I missed shots. I made mistakes that cost us the game. Compare that to other all-time greats. Michael Jordan took responsibility even when teammates struggled. Kobe Bryant would break down his own failures in brutal detail. Tim Duncan barely spoke, but when he did, it was always about what he could do better. They own the moment. Good or be a DTOB fair. LeBron has taken accountability at times. He has admitted he didn't deliver. But those moments feel rare compared to the explanations. And fans are starting to notice. This is where leadership really matters. It's not just about being the best player. It's about setting a culture. When a leader consistently points to outside reasons for failure, the team starts looking outward instead of inward. It becomes easier to blame the schedule, the refs, the matchups, anything but ourselves. That's why the fan divide keeps growing. On one side, LeBron defenders say he's just being honest about how hard the NBA is. On the other, critics say that's the problem. Great leaders don't focus on obstacles. They focus on solutions. And Jason Kidd wasn't done. In the days after his comments went viral, reporters kept pressing him to clarify. Was Jason Kidd really talking about LeBron? Did he regret how his words were taken? Not at all. Kidd didn't backtrack. He doubled down. He said, I have nothing but respect for LeBron's game. He's one of the greatest ever. But greatness isn't just about stats or championships. It's about how you carry yourself when things don't go your way. The players I respected most didn't make excuses. They made everyone around them better by how they handled adversity. Kidd continued, when you're the face of a team, your words matter. Young players listen. Fans listen. If the message is always about outside factors, that's what your team starts to believe. But if the message is about looking in the mirror, getting better, and controlling what you can control, that's a different culture. That's a winning culture. This wasn't just a shot at LeBron. It was a lesson on leadership, and it hit home. Former players jumped into the conversation. Some agreed with Kidd. Others thought he was being too harsh. Either way, the debate couldn't be ignored. Point one analyst summed it up perfectly. Jason Kidd isn't just talking about LeBron's play. He's talking about LeBron's example. And if that example leans toward deflection instead of accountability, it changes how his legacy is remembered. Think about that. LeBron James is chasing history. He's the all-time scoring leader, a four-time champion, a global icon. But if the story becomes LeBron was great, but he always had an excuse, that leave a mark on an otherwise legendary career. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into the drama, controversies, and stories shaping basketball today. Let's keep the conversation going.